whoever falls in this game. I'm in the tournament with this. Free throw. Look, a timeout. Watson is going to come. He may have just needed to the game. Do a good job of whipping the ball up. So again, Providence. They look a bit. Taking the out of bounds there because it was after a made basket, so it should be on the baseline, but they're going to take it at the throw-in mark in the back court. But like I said, you talked about the 5-point lead. That was because they came out, hit 2 early threes. Like, not many teams in this league take threes. But AGAPE, they're one team that really likes to exploit the 3-ball. CC Sweeting also a team that's going to come out really strong and try to drive. But here you go, another 3. Wow. And if that would have hit, that would have been a one shining moment almost shot there for them.
Yeah, pretty close.
So right now, CC Sweeting being led, by AGAPE Christian 21-19. And again, just looking at CC Sweeting going into this half, they look despondent and stunned, like you said.
I want to tell you, because a lot of people don't know how good AGAPE is. They lost a few of their key players last year to graduation. But this is still a pretty good team. This is still a pretty well-coached team. And this is still a team that plays in an orthodox style in basketball. We just saw Coach Wayne Watson going into the locker room for CC Sweeting, and he looked very despondent. Usually going into the half, he pretty much had some sort of excitement to him, but he didn't quite have it going into that. Well, if you look, his team didn't have much left. On defense, they were flat. Offense, in the final possession, when you really want to get something, you end up with a shot clock violation. The same played it. I don't think they knew AGAPE was going to come out and give them the kind of punch that they did early. Do you think that this is not the type of ball that they're able to defend? They play the TSSA, which consists of a lot of driving, a lot of slashing, not so much shooting. May help Anatol to take the few shots, but not much. So this is difficult. I think it might take a whole half to learn how to prep for this style, but If anyone can recover, it's Wade Watson. I was about to say, Wade Watson is the type of coach who's going to learn from the first half and come back in the second half with something that's going to be able to defend and create offense off that defense going into the second half.
I want to see also what kind of games handle that second half first. You know, it's easy to score when things are going right at the beginning of the game. That pressure. But when getting pushed on that full court trap, full court press, like you know they will. You know, can you handle that? Can you weather that storm? That's what will be interesting. So what do you expect to see?
Turnovers were pretty equal in this one. From what I was seeing, it looked as if it was pretty equal because, again, the defense is not creating too much on either end.
No, both defenses are pretty flat. Like I said, AGAPE only has the lead so far due to their good three-point shooting. But both defenses have been flat. AGAPE, they're not really so much of a defensive team. They look to outrun you, outscore you. So they just have to manage on defense. They don't have to be an outstanding defensive team. Once they manage, they can make it.
Now, for somebody who's been following basketball, at least for this year, with AGAPE, this is not a surprise, a total surprise to someone like me or yourself, to see a team from an out island, from Abaco, not necessarily known for basketball, especially high school basketball, to come out and be so domineering against a dominant school.
Right. But you got to know, this school, they take sports very seriously. They also won volleyball.
Yep.
And they contend in several other sports as well. So it's not so much of a surprise for me because this is a competitive school. Coach Stephen Johnson, who coaches all of those teams, he's done a great job with this program. And like you say, it's no surprise because they defeated some good teams in New Campbell. At the CI Gibson tournament in December, they played a great brand of basketball. So it's just more of the same for them.
All right, so AGAPE is the first side to come out. They look with a little bit more intensity right now. And again, we're about a minute out from the start of the half, but they've come out and even their bench players seem to have a little bit of a sprite in their step.
Right, because when you think CC Sweden, you think one of those dominant schools. You think like CI Gibson and Doris Johnson. So if you're able to hold your own, it's almost like the start of a fight. You know, you kind of feel that you can take some punches, you weather some punches. So now you feel some confidence you might not have had before the game started, and you can see it in their players.
As CC Sweden comes out, they look a little bit different, but again, the difference between them going in and coming out is minuscule at best. Usually they come out with a lot of fervor, and knowing that they're going to dominate. And again, I don't think that anytime during this season, in their regular season at least, that they would face anything like this from what they could consider an unnamed school.
And see, with this season, this was kind of like a down season by CC Sweden standards. So this is kind of like their final chance. This is their final stand. So are they going to go out with the bang, or are they just going to lay down the season?
All right, so here we go. Like you said, we're expecting CC Sweden to come out with a little bit of press on their defensive end, or at least a lot more than they did in the first half. Enrico Joseph with the rock inside on the outside. The long three again, no good for AGAPE.
Oh, like I said, it's just a sloppy game right now. 2 nair turnovers just now, and we haven't been playing 30 seconds yet.
If 30 seconds.
If 30 seconds.
So you would think that CC Sweden would come back in with a little bit more of an intensity, and they're not quite with that.
And they have a bit of a size advantage too. I'm looking on the inside, but they're not exploiting. I'm not sure their big man is much of an offensive player. There you go, good steal.
Steal by Anton Williams for CC Sweden. He
Oh,
cannot convert the rebound there by Enrico Joseph for AGAPE Christian, and the foul. A sloppy foul there from CC Sweeting.
It's been up and down. They're trying to get some subs in now to try work their way on the inside. Like I said, CC Sweeting's starting big man, not much of an offensive threat. They look to take advantage of their advantage on the inside now.
Enrico Joseph with the inbound for Agape. Back into the hands of Juvens Luvis. Luvis with the miss. Fast break again from CC Sweeting. Layup by Clifton Barr.
Do we have a foul or a goaltend?
I think it might have been both. Clifton Barr quietly the quiet assassin sometimes for the CC Sweeting Cobras. The shot is good. Looks like it was a goaltending and the foul. So Barr will be shooting one free throw.
One shot. And he's a solid point guard too for them.
Yeah, he's
there
pretty
you go.
smart.
There's the full court press.
Right, they're coming quick, and again you needed somebody like Clifton
There
on the court.
There it is. They want to speed up Agape's guards.
Joshua Anderson for CC Sweeting with the drive. He goes down. He looks as if he's hurt a bit.
Yeah, he hit that padding pretty hard. Seems to be okay.
He looks a little dazed when he went down. Barr went over to help him up, and he looks fine now. So Joshua Anderson for CC Sweeting will go to the line to shoot two. CC Sweeting back up on this one. I think this is their first lead of the game at 22-21. With just 4:51 to go here in this third quarter at this 2019 High School Nationals in Freeport, Grand Bahama.
But now you have to think about it. Even though CC didn't see anything like the offense Agape plays, Agape hasn't seen any defense like CC Sweeting on Abaco. So you saw they rattled their guards early, forced 2 quick turnovers, and you know they're going to hold out on that full court press the remainder of the quarter.
And they're just
swarming the court.
I was about to say, just almost on cue. And if it's one thing that CC Sweeting can do, it is that devastating defense.
Wide open
Long three from Michael Adderley.
Good shot. Michael Adderley is one of their best players on Agape. There's 2 forwards they have on the wing. Him and Charisse Welton. 2 good forwards.
CC Sweeting thinks about it. Outside into the corner. They thought about the 3. Barr inside. Bounces around into the hands. Joshua Anderson thinks about it, puts it up.
CC Sweeting is really moving the ball around now.
Hopefully Agape does not get into the trap of trying to play the same game that CC Sweeting is playing.
No, they handled the press pretty well on that last possession. And came up with a bucket out of it.
Shot there from Enrico Joseph for Agape. They're back up by 1. So this is going to be a ping pong game for a while.
Another turnover by the Cobras.
They're going to have to really cut them down if they want to stay competitive in this game, especially against Agape. Agape, who essentially, for all intents and purposes, doesn't have anything to lose.
Pretty much. They're just swinging for the fences on every play. And they're looking pretty good doing it.
Inside there to Juvens Luvis for 2. So now Agape back up 28-25. Sorry, that was by Welton Charisme. My statistician has the correction on that for me. Long 2 there from Clifton Barr. Bounces around. Back into the hands of Enrico Joseph for Agape. Agape brings it up.
I'm telling you, Welton and Adley just do a great job of spreading the floor for Agape. There you go again. They're just always on. They're always there, always on cue.
So Agape up now 5, 30-25. So what little steam CC Sweeting came out in that first half, they're seemingly losing it.
And that's the difference. Agape is big on the wings and it's kind of small inside. CC Sweeting is very small on the wings with 1 big player.
Inside to Joshua Anderson. He's fouled. Looks like he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Some protest on that call from the Agape players.
Where we're sitting, you get blocked out right there in that blind spot right there. So I couldn't make a judgment on that. But we've got a great crew here. 2 FIBA certified officials on this game. And 1 up-and-coming official. So I'm going to pretty much have to defer to them on that one. First shot good from Joshua Anderson. Cuts the lead to 4. Looking to cut it to 3 here.
And that's the thing with these two shake tournaments. Like a loss on the first day really takes the wind out of your sail for the rest of it, because you play on edge the remainder of the tournament.
Miss there. Abdias Turisme pulls it down for Agape Christian. Long J by Juvens Luvius. That's missed. CC
Ashton
on.
Williams turns it over. Wow.
Anton Williams was trying to make a drive there. Kind of sloppy, though, and you had two defenders right there.
So once again, a gap spreading the floor. Always.
Michael Adley was asking for it. Juvens Luvius actually gives it away to Enrico Joseph. Joseph thinks about it, calls for the pick. Joseph for the three. Just hits the lip. CC Sweeting struggles to pull down the rebound, but Ethan Munnings eventually does.
Yeah, he called his own number on that one.
Nice ball movement from CC Sweeting. Back in to Munnings. Munnings with the turnaround J. No good.
They're really scrapping for it, though.
Barr got the rebound. Looks like he might have been fouled on that jump shot. No call. And a jump ball.
Possession goes to AGAPE.
A gaping hole in the middle of the court. CC Sweeting able to get the rock in there into Munnings. Munnings able to put it up for two.
Munnings has a major size advantage over the smaller AGAPE centers. I don't know why they should just work it into him and try to slow this game down and try to cut back into this lead. And also the quarters are really short, 6-minute quarters.
You don't have much time.
You don't have much time.
You've got to be moving fast to create something here. Welton Charisme brings the rock up for AGAPE. Michael Adley looks like he's fouled. Not clear who the foul was on.
And you could see Coach Johnson telling them just to slow it down. They want to just preserve this lead. It's only down to one now. You have to take your time. And they're also taking just long shots.
Not quite sure why we're stopping here.
A little back and forth.
Okay. Like I said, we've got an experienced crew out there. Two FIBA-carded officials.
Another near steal.
Like you said, you predicted it. Cobras were going to come out with this smothering defense. Juvens Luvius looks for the hole.
Yep, he's daring him to go left.
He takes it. No good. Looks like over the back there by Welton Charisme. Charisme able to put it in.
They're doing a really good job crashing after second and third, fourth attempts on certain possessions.
That's what wins games for you.
Especially when you're undersized in the middle. That kind of effort is why they have the lead.
Cobras down 3. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Inside to Munnings. Munnings back outside. Christian Manance. And a miss. 52.4 seconds to go in this third quarter. AGAPE Christian out of Abaco up 32-29. Enrico Joseph.
Good pass across the middle.
Nice pass, exactly.
Nice.
Over to Welton Charisme.
I'm telling you, those AGAPE forwards they are good.
Long
They're
two.
good.
They're up 5. 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. Outside the bar. Bar thinks about it, takes it, pulls the trigger.
Another air ball.
No good. Joshua Anderson with the rebound. Tries to put it back in, and it looks like he was fouled.
That's two air balls back to back now. You think some nerves are setting in?
Not necessarily nerves, but I think it's a little bit more desperation at this point. They know what's on the line. Like you said, if you've got to be really fighting after this, you're only going to be thinking about fighting and not necessarily playing ball.
Tough miss.
First free throw by Joshua Anderson. Bounces around and bounces out. Opportunity now to cut it to 4. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Munnings had an opportunity to put a hand on it. He does not. AGAPE gets it. And Welton Charisme brings the rock in through the hands of Juvens Luvius. Luvius inside.
He's doing a great job.
Nice pass inside there. Shot really up to nobody. Munnings was able to pick it up. Turnover. Back into the hands of Welton Charisme. Charisme with the pass.
Yeah, he just got stuck with that. He didn't know what to do with it just now.
Michael Adley goes up, and I think it was Munnings again with the block. But I think they're going to call a foul on that as well.
And if CC Sweeting doesn't watch out, this league could easily bloom into 10 points. 10 points in a 6-minute quarter game is a lot.
Is almost insurmountable. 2 threes, and that was where we would be.
Adley misses. Wide left on that one.
Agape still up by 5. 8.7 seconds to go in the third. That shot no good as well.
You can't miss free throws.
You can't miss free throws, exactly. 5 seconds to go. CC Sweeting looking for a spot. Agape with the defense with 0.3 seconds. So the only thing we can see right here is a tip-in. They cannot catch and shoot by rule. So again, that's not going to count even if it goes. By rule, you cannot, with 0.3 seconds, you can only tip it in. But again, still shell shock. CC Sweeting down 34-29 to Agape Christian out of Abaco, and they're playing some great ball.
They're doing just enough on defense to manage. They're not a super athletic team, not a super long team. The wings are doing a great job. They're doing a great job zoning the middle, not allowing CC Sweeting to take advantage of their advantage. And they're just trying to hold on now. You're going to see them slow this ball all the way down over the course of these next 6 minutes.
And again, when you're looking right now, Coach Wade Watson in the blue shirt there, he's telling them, I'm thinking he's saying you got to think good basketball. He's not as agitated or as excited as you would think. When you look over here for the coach from Agape, he's into it.
Yeah, when your team is winning, you're always into it.
I agree, but again, Wade Watson is the type of
he's
coach
fiery.
who's going to
Very
get it.
fiery. He has that look like they had a long season. You know, come on, let's just put on a good show here in Grand Bahama for the Nationals.
It has been a long season, but I'm sure you'd like to win to end your season.
Well, that's what this Nationals tournament has now provided. Your season doesn't end when Hugh Campbell ends or when
Father
let's
Peters
say, or
ends as
anything
well.
ends, right.
And again, to a certain degree, it does give young ladies and junior boys at one point the opportunity to have some sort of postseason experience.
It does.
Because senior girls, traditionally, once Father Martian Peters was done, that was it in terms of having any sort of extracurricular or extra season for you. But now having this opportunity is really exciting.
I think it does something for the kids to come into Grand Bahama, getting on the plane, the travel. It creates an environment around the game, as opposed to just going to a local gym and just playing. Even for the Freeport kids, seeing these teams come in and you get to defend your house, even that is a bit exciting and different.
Steal from Anton Williams. He makes the drive.
Travels.
It's waved off on a travel.
Not much travels are called on a fast break.
So again, you're watching live coverage of the 2019 High School Basketball Championships from Freeport, Grand Bahama on ILTV. You're watching Agape Christian out of Abaco in the blue, CC Sweeting out of Nassau in the white. Push off there by number 7, Juven Luvius for Agape. Shot clock goes off. No violation called. Apparently it was an error.
It touched the side of the rim. Agape is paying attention. They really won this win. And just like that, 3 points away, 7-point lead.
Like we said, one more three, another unanswered three would be up 10 with 5 minutes to go. That's a tall order.
And you could see it on the last possession. They're in no hurry.
You wouldn't be. Up 7 on a proverbial favorite such as CC Sweeting. You're going to just try to coast. The shot there by Anton Williams, again, no good. They tried
push
twice.
off.
Juvens Luvius up, trying to get the easy layup, no good. CC Sweeting gets it back. Anton Williams again on the drive inside to Munnings. Munnings can't hold on to it. Latario Mackey with the J, gets his own rebound. Nice pass around.
There you go. There's that advantage on the inside once again.
It looks like the foul is going to be on Welton Charisme. The nice push there. Got his hand right on him.
Not really sure why they keep straying away from the big guy in the middle. Ethan Munnings has a distinct size advantage and has been effective every time they dumped it down to him.
Shot good. We're shooting 1. Munnings with an opportunity to cut the lead to 4. Ball bounces around, unfavorable for CC Sweeting. Welton Charisme with the rebound into the hands right now of James Delia.
Like I said, Agape, no hurry. They're trying to wind the shot clock down as much as they can and escape with the win in this one. Good step.
Looks like they're going to wave it off.
Got away with a bit of a walk there.
I would,
a bit.
Well, with the new rule in FIBA, it does look what we've traditionally thought of, especially on a drive. It does look like traditionally what we would call a travel. But again, there's an intricate 0-step, 1-step, 2-step. So again, it looks like what we would call before the Euro step.
Yes, yes.
But now it's more legal. Clifton Barr comes down with the rebound, tries to get it out. And again, CC Sweeting's Haywood Seymour not able to convert on that one. They're still trailing 36-31 on Agape.
You think that travel on the break play with Williams' mind on that last drive just now?
I think so.
He was a bit hesitant just now. Tough lay-in.
And just like that, back up to 7, Agape Christian on CC Sweeting from out of Abaco. Clifton Barr with the long 3, no good. The rebound by Welton Charisme.
And right now you're seeing what happens when you play a press and the team still scores. You're gassed. Right now CC's players are gassed. And Agape is just attacking the lane on every possession.
Enrico Joseph with the layup there for Agape. And you can almost see the difference in terms of the energy level between the two teams. Agape up 40-31 on CC Sweeting, just 3:10 to go in this fourth quarter. CC Sweeting inside to Haywood Seymour. Seymour able to convert on that one. They cut it back down to 7.
They have that advantage anytime they want it.
Yep.
They can get that shot on the inside anytime they want it. And with just 2 minutes left, I think they need to be trying to explore that option a little more.
Agape earlier, outside to nobody in particular. Jump ball called down on this end of the court. The Rock will stay with CC Sweeting as CC Sweeting takes the timeout with a 7-point deficit against Agape Christian. And again, like you see, Agape is coming into the timeout excited. Coach Johnson is really getting into his team. But again, Wade Watson still trying to rally up the troops. But I think with just over 2 minutes to go, with 7 minutes, you're going to have to do a lot of riling the troops up at this point.
At this point, you could see the defeat on them. You can see their shoulders are slumped. They're not so much into the huddle when they're talking. Whereas the Agape players, they're bending down, they're listening, they're really trying to get active in it.
Okay, well, we said earlier that if there's one coach that's going to be able to do it, it's going to be Wade Watson. CC Sweeting comes out, goes back in. Not sure if Wade Watson liked what he saw from his guys.
You can see him now starting to get fired up.
I think
he knows this is it. This is the last stand right here.
About to say, it's a little late at 2:45, but I've seen CC Sweeting pull off miracles before. Inside for CC Sweeting to Haywood Seymour. Seymour goes up.
He slipped a bit.
Yep.
It cost him.
James Delia for Agape loses control.
Unforced turnover.
Anton Williams into Barr. Barr hands off to Christian Manance.
Wait, Williams is he's not letting them go down without a fight. He's playing
at this
both
point,
ends.
And we've cut it to 5.
Oh,
a miss there by Agape Christian. They can't hold on to the rebound. And another opportunity for CC Sweeting with 2:17 to go here in this fourth quarter. Is this the start of a comeback?
Hopefully for CC Sweeting it is. Agape just has the hold on.
Haywood Seymour gets the rock, thinks about it, turns around and is fouled. He will be on the floor.
And now you can see the game kind of speeding up to more the pace that CC Sweeting wants it to be at.
Anton Williams with the inbound. Out to Christian Manance. Barr has the rock. Sizes up his opponent. Drives with the hook, no good. Rebound coming down in the hands of Haywood Seymour. Another jump ball, but it's going to go for AGAPE.
2 minutes left. They just have to hold on. You know the press is going to be turned up again.
Right there. There it is.
Good
they
pass.
find the press breaker on this one.
Good pass. And way to bring it back out. For the last few plays, they didn't bring it back out. They tried to just drive it and create something, which forced a unnecessary turnover.
AGAPE needs to run down the shot
There you
clock
go.
and get
Almost
something out of
another
this.
turnover.
And this is going to
Barely
be
saved.
right,
6
but
seconds
still
left.
seconds on the shot clock.
You got to take it all the way.
Juvens Lumius,
Good take. Strong
lucky
take.
shot.
That was what they needed to do. They needed to see the ball go in the hoop.
That may be the straw on the camel's back for AGAPE Christian to break CC Sweeting. Long three by Anton Williams
Wow.
is good.
He's playing a great quarter.
And
But they're giving up the back door every time.
Yep.
Good pass. Maki inside. Too easy.
Michael Adderley for 2 for AGAPE Christian. They're back up 4 at this point. Clifton Barr for 3.
Another one. Wow.
And this is a new game right now, 44-40.
Wow.
1 minute to go. It's a
Another
4-point game.
steal.
A steal there from Williams. Williams goes up and is pushed there by
Another
Welton
steal.
Charisme.
AGAPE is doing a lot of unnecessary dribbling right now. You just have to hold on to it. You can't try to get too fancy. You can't try to create something when nothing's there.
A lot of unnecessary fouls as well.
Yeah. Yeah. They could have given up the 2 and still been up.
And still be in a position at this point. Not quite sure what's going on. It looks as if Welton Charisme has picked up his 5th foul. So he's sent off. That may be clutch here in this quarter for CC Sweeting because he has been dominant on the defense and offensive end for AGAPE Christian. Williams' first shot is no good. The most he can do now is cut the lead to to 2. The lead is 3 right now, 44-41, 58.9 seconds. And just like that, a 2-point game. CC Sweeting making it difficult for AGAPE to get in.
The press is in full effect. You got to get over.
AGAPE looking a little bit frustrated at this point. Shot rolls around.
There you go.
CC Sweeting.
A chance to tie or take the lead. Good pass on the inside.
Joshua Anderson
Tough
in.
shot, gets it to
And
front.
we have a tied game with 35 seconds to go.
Oh, and they give it up.
And they give it up.
And they get it right. Wow, AGAPE doing a good job to get it back. Tough layup.
AGAPE cannot hold on to it. But it looks as if CC Sweeting touched it as it went out of bounds.
To a coach, there's nothing more frustrating than this. Can you imagine the amount of emotions Coach Johnson has went through in the last 2 minutes?
You have a tied game right now, and just like that, Coach Johnson takes the timeout. We're tied with about 28 seconds to go, tied at 44. And the momentum, you would say, is
It's definitely in CC Sweeting's favor right now. Their defense is pepped up. You can look at them in the huddle now. They're more engaged. They're ready to go.
Coach Johnson for AGAPE, you see there in the white shirt, trying to get his guys engaged. Wade Watson definitively more excited right now in the blue shirt there in the huddle.
Well, AGAPE's coach is just trying to keep his team's head in the game. Not to get too worried. It's still a tied game, and you still have the ball. You have to come out and make a play. The game is not done yet. You still have a chance to win this one.
28 seconds just about to go here in this matchup in the 2019 High School National Basketball Championships from the St. George's High School gym in Freeport, Grand Bahama. AGAPE Christian with the inbound. CC Sweeting able to put a hold on it. It looked like Haywood Seymour got the rock on the steal and was fouled. So we're going to track down to the next end of the court, and it looks like Seymour is going to shoot 2.
Nope. They're on the sidelines.
Oh, we're still on the side. Look like they had indicated 2. So I guess on the next one, CC Sweeting with the inbound. Not
Chance
quite
to win it.
Chance to win it at this point is correct.
There you go. Williams to the hoop.
Again,
Oh,
he's
good
blocked.
defense.
Rebound by Barr. Barr goes up.
Second.
Barr
down.
for the shot. that could be the shot of the game. And again, we're stopping play here because it looks as if Agape wanted a timeout after the made basket. 14.1 seconds to go, and Barr with a strong layup there.
This is a coach's nightmare. This is a coach's nightmare.
I think the lead that Agape had was at least 7 at one point.
It was 7.
No, it was close to 10 at one point. My apologies.
With just over 2 minutes to go.
Like we said, if there is any coach and probably any team that could pull off a comeback, it's going to be CC Sweeting.
Yep. They were reeling from the way Agape came out. They didn't expect them probably to come out, play the way they did. But they found it in the second half.
CC Sweeting comes back out, a little bit more pep in their step, the most that we've seen all game. 14.1 seconds to go. CC Sweeting up 46-44.
You know they're going to play lockdown defense on this last possession.
Michael Adley to inbound for Agape Christian. Looks as if Joshua Anderson is going to defend the inbound for CC Sweeting. Enrico Joseph there for Agape as well. A lot of tussling and turviness there by Clifton Barr from CC Sweeting and James D'Elia from Agape. Can't expect much more with 14.1 seconds to go. Your tournament on the line. Nice pick there. Adley inside, and the steal by Williams. Williams up, making sure he does not travel again. CC Sweeting goes up 48-44. 7 seconds. That's a lot of pressure there. Inside now, Agape outside to Juvens Lubias, and that's a heartbreaker for Agape.
Come all the way back to win it. Down 7 with less than 3 minutes to go in the game. The Cobras march back to take a 4-point win over Agape.
A heartbreaker for Agape Christian. That was, I felt that deep in my heart for them.
That's one of the worst kind of losses. You had it,